hand it over to you as the second operator. And, you know, with her calling, you'll just have to quit.
Hey, you're right. Once you get spotted and the conditions are good, I can't keep up. That's why I like to do FT8. Sometimes I'll have 4 of them hit me at one time on it.
And all them old hams, man, they won't talk to a woman.
Yeah, it just kind of draws them in, doesn't it?
But it's a lot of fun, and I enjoy it.
Yeah, I run my FT8. I'll run about 50, and a sideband I turned up 100. But I'm running an Outbacker antenna, and got it on a 24-foot painter's pole. Got a mounted on the bumper of my truck or camper. I can do it either way. But in the campsite, it's up about 30-something feet in the air.
I've been using a little, just this little Wolf River coil, quarter wave vertical. This works pretty good.
That's what this is. It'll do 80 meters to 440 at 120 watts, and I just use it. And it's easy to do. It all, packs up easy. They take a damn view running wires over their RVs, in campsites.
Yeah, I expect the wire may be a little more efficient for me, but like you say, it's sometimes it's hard to get a wire up.
Your labor advancement's good that you don't need much. You can get up there a little bit, and they come right back to me on FT8 and FT4.
And I've actually made a few Europe contacts in these parks.
Yeah, I went over to one over here in Georgia called New Dakota, and I got one like that. I got some DX came back to me.
I think old Billy would enjoy it if he'd ever get into it.
It's pretty fun to do. Our club's real big on it, and we kind of compete against each other, And listen out. When we know they're going out, I try to watch them on the spot, try to get them.
Billy could take Ginger out there and just let her run around while he done parks on the air. And all he'd have to do is just drive up into he's got his car all set up. He could just drive up in there and throw both his car doors open and go to work.
Yeah, I got me a mag mount coming. I'm going to try to stick it on top of the truck without having to get all that other stuff out. Propagation's good. See if I can get that way, and that way I don't have to stop so much setup time,
Yeah. I started out using, the wires, the verticals, putting the wires on there. Then I got me a window screen and I put it on there, and I think it works just as well with the window screen under it as it does with the 16-foot vertical wires stretched out. And it's not nearly as time-consuming throwing that screen out and putting the antenna on it as it is unrolling those verticals and hooking them up and unpacking up too.
Yeah, that's probably the truth.
K04LCB.
K4SHW.
KF4TSL. W5EPL.
Yeah, I finally got my main out working again, Scott.
Yeah, I forgot, what is your main out?
Well, I'm old school, it's a heat kit, but man, I had about to do a rebuild job on it. All kind of weird problems with it. And finally what was wrong with it, I got it all back together and it wouldn't tense up on 80 meters. It would put out nothing on the other band. Kept doing research, had parasitic chokes up on top, and I went ahead and replaced them. When I did, she came to life.
Well, that's good, man. I'm glad you got it going again.
I actually found something's already made up from surplus sales in Nebraska. I bought some stuff from them years ago when I was at college, and they had them already made up, just like it's old stuff, new old stock. So I didn't have to fool with it, but I had a feeling that might have been it because they were really, you could see the sweat beads on them, and the colors had faded on them, but that really made a difference. I mean, she's working good now.
You on it now?
Yeah, I'm on it now. See, I hadn't had 10 meters in a long time, so this is my main one. Then I'll use the other one out in my shop. I'm going to put an antenna out in my shop this summer. Take the other one. It doesn't have 10 meters on it.
I think I heard somebody in there. KK4, come again.
No, it's AG401. It's Gary up here. How you doing, Scott?
I'm doing pretty good, Gary. How you doing?
All right. You fellas are about 20 over up here east Tennessee.
Well, Gary, you're a 5'9" here in the West Tennessee.
All right, sir. Who you talking to?
That's Stan. Let me let you give him a shout there.
Yeah, I got you pretty good. I'm down about 30 miles northwest of Atlanta.
AG401.
Yes, K4SHW. I'm about 30 miles northwest of Atlanta. You're S9 plus.
All right, good deal there. Good deal. I'm running barefooted up here in a condo, so I'm glad you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. I hadn't talked on the radio much. I've been sick the last 2 weeks. Couldn't stop coughing, so going to do a VE test session here in a few minutes. I think I've stopped coughing long enough to do it, but yeah, she's working pretty good, Scott. It's all I got. I can kind of fix these, keep them working, and they do pretty good.
How many test sessions you doing a week?
I hadn't done any in about 2 weeks. They'll be surprised I'm on there. They thought I was dead.
But you've not been doing them because you've been sick, right?
Yeah, that's right. I go on 3 VECs. I got 1,100 between all 3 of them.
Well, a bad part-time gig.
Yeah, it gets a little overwhelming, but I hadn't felt like doing anything. I'm going to try to do one here in just a few minutes. They're going to think I died and came back, I guess.
Hey, Stan, I don't think I said hello to you, buddy. This is Scott down here in East Dublin. Got a good signal coming in down south, buddy.
Yeah, I know who Dublin is. I used to go down after the college. We'd have a meeting. Hadn't been down there in a long time, though.
Yeah, well, Dublin has sure growed up. Nah, I'm out here in the country, and but Dublin, man, it's if you ain't been down here in a while, you wouldn't recognize it now.
Well, I retired at the end of 2012, and I hadn't been over in Dublin probably since 2010, so it's been a long time.
Yeah, everywhere I look here lately, it seems like they're throwing up new buildings, you know, eating joints, service stations, or whatever they can come up with.
Oh yeah, well it was pretty, you know, you could tell it was growing a few years ago, so I imagine it's probably exploded by now.
Well, I tell you what, the traffic down here, especially when everybody gets off work around 4:30, 5 o'clock in the evenings, and on Sundays, man, it's as bad as Atlanta traffic.
Boy, that's hard to believe, isn't it? It waves that far out and it be that bad. That's just how much everything's growing.
Yeah, of course, I guess that's a good thing, you know.
I'm not so fond of that traffic myself, Scott.
I'm not either.
Yeah, I try not to even go to town on Sundays, but I tell you, if I can avoid it, I stay home on Sundays.
I don't even put my camper on the interstate. I don't go on the interstate in my RV.
What's the population of Dublin?
Scott, tell you the truth, I'd have to look, man. I'll have to look on my phone and see. I couldn't tell you. I know it's up in the hundreds of thousands of.
Look it up right here and see.
I would say it is. I would say it's up in the hundreds of thousands. I could be wrong.
Well, as of the 2020 census, it's 16,074 people.
That's all? 16,000? Lord, that sure seems there's a lot more than that.
Well, that's the city.
You have to check the county on that one.
Lawrence County.
Ok, correcto, 7160 con Llevesí fue Charlie Bravo Julia. WC4JB, pues 170 me sirve.
WC4JV, is that correct?
That is correct. Here in Cleveland, Georgia. Name is Jerry.
Well, good evening there, Jerry, in Cleveland, Georgia. How in the world are you? Name here is Scott. I'm located in West Tennessee. Kilo Oscar 4, Lima Charlie Bravo.
First time in here. Say hello to you and see how y'all doing.
Well, you're just a little bit light on me there, Jerry. Let me let one of these Georgia boys, they're probably hearing you a lot better than I am. Let me let one of them guys pick you up, see if they can pull you out better.
Sí, no sentiste el bajón de luz. Sí, pero sentí el bajón de luz, pero
Scott, are you hearing him?
Yeah, I am. I was looking on my phone here, but yeah, who was that, Scott?
He's Georgia. WC4 Juliet Victor. I hope I got that call right.
You say he was in Cleveland, Tennessee, or Georgia?
Oh, he said Georgia.
Okay. Tranquilo, por acá te esperamos. Yeah, I believe that's what he said. He was in Cleveland, Georgia. Well, this is Scott, KF4TSL. I'm down here in East Dublin. I got a good copy on you down this way, buddy. That is the straight call battery that's switching charge. Juliet Bravo, 139 here in Cleveland, Georgia, right in downtown Cleveland. You're real good there. I think you said that one. Your company's real good. Maybe that's still my tutor. It's not I had a guy come on in a couple years ago. I don't think he got his set very good. I don't have it quite set like I want it either. So, I look forward to getting it set where you know where it's stressed out at freeze here and the mountains here. So this is the mountain here in Cleveland, Georgia. And I've been here not all my life. I'm from Marietta, Georgia. I've been up here for about 20 years. Did move down to the border for about 3 years and came back about 4 years ago. But I'm living up here in the mountains here, my wife said. So that's where I'm at now. So we love it here in the mountains. Okay, well, I don't blame you for loving it in the mountains, buddy. They sure are pretty. I put in on my phone, Scott, Lawrence County, Georgia population is right at 50,000.
Yeah, well, that's probably about 15,000 more than the county that I'm in here.
Well, the city's only 16,000. County might be that big, but the city of Dublin, I'm looking on their website, population 16,000.
Whiskey 4, Golf Whiskey Charlie. Hey y'all, it's Bill. I just looked and that population only went up by 2.6% from 2010, so it hasn't gone up that much.
So that's still in a small town status there.
Oh yeah, it's about city I'm in. It's about that big. Well, I gotta run. I got an invite. We'll talk to you later for Two Scots, and we'll talk to y'all later. K4SHW clear.
All right, Stan. Catch you later. 73.
Have a good one, Stan.
73s.
73. 73, Stan. Well, he did make it back. Yeah, I was on the phone with my friend David. I haven't called him up in a while. I called him, checked on him.
You still raising grandbabies?
Oh, yeah. He still got 2 of them, 2 or 3 living with him, I think. 84 Pia.
KO4LCB.
W5EPO.
We got nice talking to you. Wishing y'all for Judy and Bob from Larry here in Cleveland, Georgia. Nice talking to you, fellas.
Hey, anytime, man, come on in and join in.
W4 TWC.
W4TWC.
G, Golf Whiskey Charlie, it's Bill.
Hey, Bill.
It's Scott. Hello, Bill.
Hey, Billy, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing okay.
Hello there, Bill. This is the other Scott down here in Georgia.
Hey, the other Scott here in Georgia.
Sounding good, man.
Eric up here in Starkville. Everybody sounding good tonight. There's no noise at all. Well, I got a little bit of static crashes in there.
Yeah, I got a little bit of noise.
I still hear the south of the border people.
They real light on me. They're about as light as I've heard them in a while. I'll be back in a sec. I gotta take the dog out. Okay, must be them thunderstorms up north. I'm picking up. I don't see no more out there. You ever heard of anybody eating their hair?
Eating a hair?
Yeah.
You talking about a rabbit?
No, a person.
I try not to eat hair.
David got a great grandkid. She's 13-year-old. And I guess she was stressed out or something, and she just pulled some of her hair out, wad it up, and just water it.
13-year-old kid doing that?
Yep. Something don't sound right with that. Well, they took her to the bottom. She had surgery. They had to get all that out. But I think what it was that it had happened before. It's some kind of disease, they call it, or something. She got stressed out about school or something, started doing that. So they got everything set up now. They're going to homeschool her. And maybe that would solve the problem. hope so. I certainly hope so. I can't imagine that, but I do know homeschooling should cut the stress down quite a bit.
Yeah, and if it's done right, you'd probably be better off anyway.
Yeah, exactly right.
I ain't never heard nobody doing that before.
There's a huge group of them around here that do that.
Are you talking about homeschooling or kids eating their hair, Billy?
Eating their hair.
Yeah, I've never heard of that either.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of that. I was talking about a big homeschool group around here.
Oh yeah, it's big around this area too.
Yeah, with what they're trying to push down the kids' throats today, I can see where it would be.
The principal of one of the local high schools in here, his kids do private homeschooling. That ought to tell you something right there.
Yeah, it tells you he's intelligent.
Oh, this static crash is getting louder.
Well, man, I'm going to get out of here. Y'all have a good evening. Maybe I'll catch you tomorrow or the next day. And good hearing everybody there. 7-3 at W5 EPL. I'm going to be clear in QRT.
Okay, Harry, you and the wife have a good night, and I hope your mother's still getting along pretty good. Catch you later.
Good night. 7-3's there, Eric. Have a good one, buddy. Well, Billy, I just looked on the radar, buddy. The radar's clear up around y'all's area. No, I don't see a thing.
Up north, they got some storms, and I think that's what I'm picking up.
There's supposed to be some widespread darkness that sets in on us here in about 10 to 15 minutes.
Well, out there around Wisconsin, they got some storms. I know one thing, that shot caller, it doesn't calm her down a whole lot.
Yeah, she won't forget that.
She come by me so fast the other day when I was out in the yard. She got too close to me. She knocked me off my feet.
Billy, that shot caller, is it the kind that's got a range on it that if she goes out too far or something, it'll shock her and she knows to come back?
Yeah, this thing here got a 350-yard range, and all I got to do is hit that button, it would zap her.
Oh, so you got to mash the button before it pops her, huh?
Yeah. On this caller here, it will make a noise where only her can hear it, and it got a thing on there for vibration, and then it got one on there to shock a little bit. I tried a vibration, it didn't work too good.
Does she cry when she gets that?
She just don't know how to act. She don't know what's going on. Hello, Jack.
Hey, Billy and Scott, and I don't know who all's in there with the N5 ID.
Good evening, John.
I was asking about you a while ago. I said, where you at? Where you at? Hey, John, it's Bill. Hello there, John. Hey, Bill. Good to hear you guys. Well, I've been getting my CW back. My chemo brain is not affecting me as much, and I've been working a lot of CW the past few days. Oh, okay. If I don't change my mind, when we come over there to eat lunch and everything, I'm going to bring you and Rick something. You going to bring what? I'm going to bring you and Rick something. Okay, well that sounds good. I don't know if Scott told you, but my best friend from high school called me. Was it Monday? I think it was Monday, and he said he was in Paragould headed to Caruthersville. He owns his own company, and he said he was going to drive down to Blytheville and buy me lunch, and I told him, I said, well, I've been wanting to try that Chubby's out, so let's just meet up there at Haytime, and it was really good, Billy. Oh, okay, well, that's great. Yeah, what I got planned is getting up kind of early that morning and bring you a Boston Butt and then bring Rick one, John. Oh, man. I will certainly appreciate that, and I know Rick will. We love them Boston Butts. Yeah, I owe him one anyway.
Picnic table in the park somewhere.
What'd you say, Sean?
I said, all we got to do is find a picnic table in the park somewhere.
Yeah, that's true.
You can hamradio and eat at the same time.
Yeah, I thought about that. I got that. It just depends on the weather too. I got that Ninja wood fire grill, and I was gonna use that. It don't take but an hour or two on that thing. I bet it'll do a good job. I think two other people's gonna come, Billy. I think I don't remember N5IJZ. He's below Nashville, and then KI4KM Nate just above Nashville. I think both of them's gonna show up.
Yeah, didn't Roger say something about coming too?
Yeah, Roger said he was going to think on it, yeah. Bill, you hadn't locked up that FTDX 5000 again, have you?
No, I mean, it's been running fine. Ever since I cleaned those buttons out, it's working nice.
Yeah, I'm glad you got it going, because that's a great radio.
Yeah, it's worth some bucks. I'd hate to have to take it in and then, a lot of times you take it in and then you have nothing but troubles after that.
A friend of mine found one of them with that scope speaker thing set on top, and that other box, what you call that thing, I never forgot it, but he can get it for around $2,000. I told him he better jump on it.
Yeah, that's a bargain.
He got that box that you can buy option for them Yates. I forgot what you call that thing, but it's $400 or $500 by itself.
You talking about the Quadra?
No, not the amplifier. It's that, some kind of unit thing. That's that special filter thing. I can't remember what it's called. No, yeah, I remember seeing that. I don't remember either. That TUM something, well, you can do different things with the radio. I forgot what you call that thing, but you hook it up to the radio and computer, and you can do a lot of things with that box, and it ain't cheap. Is it called MU2 or something like that? Yeah, something like that. I just can't remember the number on it.
Yeah, they don't make these anymore. I mean, anything you get's used. I think I probably bought one of the last ones in the country. I got it from Ham Radio Outlet, and there was only one left, and that was out in Portland, Oregon.
Well, I like that 9000 myself. That DX 9000. I like the one that got the screen on the right-hand side. That's a nice radio. It's big, but it's nice. AD4PM. NYYD. KF4TSL. W4GWC. L4LCB.
Hey, John, I was going to ask you, what antenna are you talking on?
I'm sorry, I had to let the dog in the house. Say that again.
Yeah, I said, what antenna are you talking on?
I'm on the loop. I took the bazooka back down until I get my tower up where I can hang several antennas off of it and put the beam on top of it. I took it back down because I put the beam back up, and matter of fact, Rick, my neighbor, gave me another bazooka. He had a brand new one that he didn't like, and so I've actually got two of them now.
Well, doggone. Okay, I knew I hadn't talked with you since the day you put it up, actually. And, conditions wasn't really that great at that particular time of the day, so I didn't know. I was just curious.
Yeah, it works well. It's just I have some issues of being able to get a lot of antennas up on this push-up pole, and I'd rather have the beam up right now. So I put it back up, and I'll get probably in March. I'm going to try and get the tower up.
Okay, buddy. Well, that's fine. Yeah, I was telling Scott and them earlier, I went up, but today I come out here and I said, well, I think I'm going to try to get about 10 more foot out of mine. So I went up 10 more foot with mine on the side of my tower. It's 45 feet exactly to the apex.
Well, you're moving in. Your SWR is still plant.
Yeah, buddy. I didn't have to tune nothing.
Yeah, you need any more time, let me know, John. I got 80 feet laying out there. Well, I appreciate it, Billy. I think I'm only going to... I've got I'm not sure how much I got out there, but I'm going to go up probably only 35 feet. I don't really care about getting real high because a Moxon and a hex beam both work good at that height, but I appreciate it. Yeah, well, you going to go 35, make it even, go up to 40. Yeah, I may have 40 out there. I got to see what I've got. Yes. What do you pay for it? Send me an email sometime. Is it good on the Kiwisdr? Yes, it is, Rick. Alright, I'll get it. Hey, Rick, did you hear Billy say what he's bringing us when we get together to eat? I appreciate that. Well, I keep my word. I told you I was going to do it, didn't I? Yeah, you did. Well, I wish I didn't live so doggone far away. If I could get away, I'd show up too. You can get away, just let somebody babysit the grandkids and hit the road. Come on over here. Yeah, it sure would be fun now. Make your little road trip out there. Hey, John, when we go, I'll meet you at your house, and then I'll just follow you up there, because I got to take Billy some shipping containers for an antenna. Okay, well, John Hutchinson, who lives over here on Leewood, he actually has a truck, and he said he was going to drive. It's a big old extended cab 4-door truck, so it'd probably take it in that if we all rode together. That'll be fine. It's only 7 foot long. I think Billy wants to ship an antenna, so I've got a tube that they Superman I'm gonna give him. Okay. Well, I'm sure it would fit in his truck. I saw him at church the other night, and he told me he'd drive. He said he'd just come over here and pick me up. So you come over here and we'll leave from here. Yeah, I could raise the truck up, put my seat down in that cart and slide out right in the cart. If I could haul a 50-foot push-up pole from Huntsville, Alabama, I could haul a 7-foot thing. Put an antenna in. What antenna are you selling? I'm going to get my other RS7000 Volvo back and sell it. You're going to sell an antenna, right? Yeah. Okay, and it's a vertical. Oh, what are they worth? Well, I don't know, Donnie. Different prices, but Joyce and Scott asked me about it, so we gonna work out a deal on that, and if I can work out a deal with Rick on that tire, then I get rid of 2 things. Well, there you go, Yeah. Well, I'm not going to use it. If anybody needs it, they'd have to come get it. Ain't no way. I got one of them. I got a new push-up pole, metal one. It's a 33 foot, whatever they are like that.
out here, so, keep that in mind, but I'm kind of not close to any of y'all, but it's just out there by my shop.
Yeah, that's the one that big at the bottom or real small at the bottom?
No, it's just your normal push-up pole that, 3 inches at the bottom and then, or something like that, and they slide down in each other and got the guy wire rings.
Yeah, but they make two different versions. They made a light version and a heavy-duty version. The light version is small at the bottom, and a whole lot lighter than the heavy-duty. That's the reason I asked.
Oh, really? Well, no, this is a heavy one. It's heavy to pack.
Yeah, you don't live in Western Kentucky. You live in Eastern Kentucky, don't you?
No, I'm Western Kentucky. I'm about an hour and maybe something from you.
That's all?
Yeah, Dyersburg. I can be down there in a little over an hour or something. It ain't 2 hours to Dyersburg. I can be in Memphis in just right at 3 hours.
Well, I might take you up on that push-up post. I can put that in my car and haul it.
Yeah, right. The smallest, I'll have to measure it, but when it goes all the way down, it's still, it's still 10 foot. It's like 10-foot 60 or something like that. But, I walk to the doctor. I just have to see, can just make a little trip. And, I said we might just go out and eat or something or other, but when the weather gets a little better, I'll get out of here. And especially if I go to an archery shoot, I can bring it.
Yeah, well, if I can haul a 50-foot push-up pole in my car, I can haul a 30.
I guess. Oh, my truck has got one little 5-foot bed, and, I can't haul hardly nothing. That's why I went and bought me a trailer.
Well, I was at Huntsville, Alabama one year at the Ham Fest, and that guy for Ryan was selling them 50-foot heavy-duty push-up poles. And I told him what I was driving. He said, oh, yeah, it fits. I hauled them in there all the time. But what I had to do, I had to slide it. I had to put the back seat down, slide it past the seat, open up the guard compartment box and stick the end in, and I could close the truck.
I guess where there's a will, there's a way.
That's right. I just brought it back for Huntsville, Alabama that way. 84 p.m.
All right, I'm going to go get me some chocolate chip cookies and coffee. That's going to be my dessert. I just had my potato casserole I make, so, doing good over here. I ain't hungry no more. How about that? K4POP.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Well, I'm getting out of here. 7 o'clock my time, and my daughter's come in. I'm going to go in here and get a little something to eat and stretch out and watch some TV. So, I enjoyed it, my friends. I was just sitting here thinking, ham radio is something. And just looking at y'all's signals while y'all been talking 30 and 40 over, just like, right here next to me. And y'all 400 and 500 miles away. It's awesome. Y'all have a good night. KF4TSL.
Have a good night. Catch you later, Scott.
Good to see you, Scott.
Billy, you get that tube from Rick? You just drive down there and take that antenna apart and slide it up in that tube and just throw it in the back of your car and go right on with it.
Yeah, I need help taking it down. Oh, it's on a small pole. But yeah, I could take it apart, and I don't know, but it's on a small pole. I don't know, not very tall.
Wouldn't be any longer than that push-up pole.
I'm talking about getting it down.
Oh, he won't help you take it down?
No, the way he talks, no.
Why, you two guys not on good terms?
Well, see, I told him at the beginning that I lend that antenna to him, but he told me that I gave it to him, and I did not. So you can take it from there.
How long have you had it?
But anyway, I don't know how big a pole it's on. I don't think it's on very big a pole. I don't think it'd take a few minutes to take it down.
Yeah, famous last words.
Oh, again, it might take longer. I don't know. I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
Is it in Dyersburg?
No, it's almost down there. Either to Ridgely or a little bit past Ridgely down there. I don't forgot.
Guys, I think I'm going to get out here and say good night to everyone. I'm going to shut her down and go in the house and look for me something to eat and do the same thing Scott was talking about. Just maybe throw back and watch a little bit of TV. So, KO4LCB, I will be QRT. Good night, everyone.
7-3, Scott. Catch you later, Scott.
7-3, Scott.
I gotta get me another ladder, John. I need one of them aluminum ladders bad.
You just want like or you want an extension ladder?
Yeah, I need to get me about a 24 footer, something like that.
Yeah, I don't have one, but when I need something like that, I've got a guy at church that owns a bunch of rental properties, and I just borrow it from him. He's actually got a huge step ladder that I've borrowed before. I think it's 10 or 12 feet when I clean gutters out. I borrow it. The only ladder I've got is one of those, just like 8-foot step ladders.
You have somebody hold that ladder when you clean out the gutters?
No, I just climb up on it and clean them out. It's really wide when it opens up, and it's very, very sturdy.
Yeah, I got the same type. It's a fiberglass one. I had to get it to change the battery on the smoke detector in the house. Yeah, you get that leaf guard thing put on them. You won't have to clean them out.
You know, I've only cleaned these out once. We don't have many leaves around here. The main thing I had to clean out, you get a lot of asphalt building up in it from the roof.
Yeah, that is so. I forgot. I need to look out there. I might have another step ladder out there that might be tall enough to do what I want to do. I had to get out there if it ain't raining and not real bad tomorrow. I might get out there and look. I got stuff in that shop I think that I don't know I have.
Is it supposed to rain tomorrow?
I think so.
Well, I was hoping to get out and do a little bit of work. I actually
work today. I cleaned my garage up for the first time. I think my son cleaned it last summer, but I hadn't been able to do any work in a year and a half, and I got out there and actually cleaned it up today, and I was planning on tomorrow. I've got to go to the hospital in the morning for 2 MRIs on my neck and back, and then I was planning on coming home and trimming up shrubs and trees and so forth, but if it's going to be raining, can't do it. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Well, I need to get my antenna sealed out there on that ballum so when it rains, it don't give me a fit in the house. Was somebody breaking in, Billy? I don't know. Is somebody in there? Somebody in there. Go ahead.
Wasn't me, but I'll say hi, John, from November 5, India Tango uniform in Dallas.
My goodness, Jeff. You are booming in.
Yeah, I think the bands are good tonight. Now, I don't know if I told you, but I hooked up my DX10 to my Elecraft 500-watt amplifier on the little 3-foot loop. I can, if I bypass the loop's antenna tuning unit, which is limited to 200 watts, I can do about 450. So I'm doing about 450 right now. It just gives me just a little bit more punch. But you're 20 over in Dallas.
Well, you're about 15 over on that mag loop, and just excellent signal. I'm shocked every time I hear you on it. And you did tell me that you had bypassed the tuner and was feeding it with the KPA 500. Man, I'm just amazed every time I hear that antenna.
Yeah, like I always say, it is a compromise, but when you live in a restricted neighborhood, there's not much you can do about that. Love to do a 50-foot tower, but the FAA would come down to me because I'm within the class delta of McKinney Airport, so that wouldn't work out too well. And being a pilot, I need to know better. Well, I just wanted to say hi. I know you got a bunch of other guys in there, so I'll be here. I'll be standing by and listening. Back to you, John. N5ID, N5ITU.
Roger that, Jeff. I don't think there's too many left in here now, but you hearing Jeff, Billy? Yeah, I got a good copy. Hello, Jeff. B. Billy, AD4PF. Name is Billy. I'm over here in Northwest Tennessee, 80 miles north of Memphis.
Yeah, very good, Billy. I know we've chatted before. I remember the Papa Foxtrot. I know we chatted probably before I had the amp online, but you're sounding great. You can start 9 plus 5 or 10 here in Dallas on the DX10.
Oh, yeah. I got a good copy on here in Northwest Tennessee. No problem. Billy, I was telling Jeff if I ever decided to move into a 55 and over community, I'm going to get one of them mag loops like he has. That's amazing, that little... How big is that, Jeff? 3 foot?
Yeah, the one I have is 3 foot there, John. It's 10 meters to 40 meters, which is the 3 foot. The other model is 20 through 80, and that's...
Yeah, if I moved into a 55 and over community, I wouldn't worry about 80 meters. I'm just amazed at how well that works on 40 meters. I mean, it may be a compromised antenna, but it does not sound compromised.
Well, that's great. Yeah, it was very expensive, but it was a good investment. I've had it up now since around 2018, so around 6 years or so. And knock on wood, nobody's complained about it. My neighbors all know what it is, and it's kind of hidden behind the bushes, so they don't even see it. And it seems to work out pretty well. It's not a contesting antenna, but I don't do contesting, so it's really no big deal. And who else is in there, John?
Well, I'm not sure. I know Bill's in there. Bill, I got T-Mobile. Go ahead with your call.
W4 GWC, Golf Whiskey Charlie. How are you tonight? I'm getting you about a 5-7 into Central Georgia.
Yeah, very good, Bill. I think you got 5'9" and a little, 5'9" plus, so you sound